actually seeing the fight. Volkanovski, Ortega, here we go. They touch gloves at the center of the octagon. Volkanovski in the black, Ortega in the blue. Interesting to see if Ortega is going to try and get this fight to the mat. Leg kick from Volkanovski right away, which I think that's going to be a big part of his game plan. Also, creating distance against the taller guy, because Volkanovski does have a longer reach. Oh, and a nice leg kick, nice lead leg kick from Volkanovski. Oh, and Volkanovski misses a kick. Ortega comes back. Ortega hasn't really thrown anything. Volkanovski definitely has. And we have reached the 420 mark. Sugar Sean O'Malley would be happy. Haha, funny, MMA. Not much is really happening, man. They're feeling each other out, obviously, which the feeling out process is a very real thing. Nice left high kick to the body, or switch left kick to the body from Volkanovski. Nice jab to the body from Ortega. Looked like it partially landed. Volkanovski rolled with the shot as well. And a nice leg kick from Volkanovski. Big part of the game plan for Volk has got to be those leg kicks, though. Got to be those leg kicks. Volkanovski expertly blocks the left high kick, or the left lead, or rear left roundhouse kick from Ortega. Ortega throws that. Oh! And Ortega rushes in. Volkanovski lands a nice leg kick before Volkanovski blitzed in, or Ortega blitzed in. Man, I'm excited. Left kick to the leg misses from Volkanovski. Volkanovski's only throwing that lead left kick though right now. When he tries to counter with a check left hook, misses. Oh, and Ortega looked to check that kick a little bit. Volkanovski's and a nice right hand from Ortega from Volkanovski over the top, man. Volkanovski lands a nice right hand that definitely maybe stung Ortega. I don't know if he stung him, but it definitely landed and Ortega felt it. Ortega fires a leg kick now. Volkanovski lands another right hand. That definitely got through. And landed on the chin. But does Volkanovski have the power to sit down Brian Ortega? I don't know. Nice switch kick to the body from Volkanovski, Alexander the Great. And Volkanovski has been controlling the octagon thus far into the fight. Ortega is letting Volkanovski, take control of the octagon. Ooh, and a nice left hook. That right hand from Volkanovski is definitely going to find the mark a couple more times if Ortega doesn't lean back a little bit when he slips low. The way he's slipping is so far forward that it's not really a slip. He needs to slip back, man. He's slipping into it, leaving his chin exposed. Oh, and a nice jab lands from Volkanovski, and that looked like it stunned Ortega. As crazy that may sound, that jab looked like it messed with him, man. It was a good jab. And they get into the clinch, and they're out. Volkanovski, the open and a 1-2 for Volkanovski. Volkanovski's looking like he's got some real power and looks like he is the rightful champion, taking on T-City. Volkanovski, man, he looks good. Nice. Finally throws the rear kick to the legs and a right hand over the top from Volkanovski, partially landed. And a left hand from Volk as he kind of switches stances. And a nice teep kick to the body from Volkanovski. Volkanovski is closing the distance and has Ortega up against the cage. And Volkanovski isn't necessarily a wrestler. He's more of a well-rounded fighter, but I talked about this earlier on in my broadcast where if you're fighting a wrestler, you don't want to be behind that black line on the UFC octagon. And Ortega is definitely around that point. Oh, and Ortega, so Volkanovski threw a switch left kick to the body. Ortega caught it, tried to go look for a takedown, didn't really get anything. And they're trading here, man. They're trading. Nice, dude. Volkanovski's looking really, really good. He's looking good. Not to say Ortega's looking bad, but Volkanovski's looking good and a nice. Oh, Volkanovski caught the kick of Ortega. Didn't even think about taking him down. Oh, and a little jab seemed to at least push Volkanovski back, and he's going to be second guessing himself, coming in forward again. Oh man, this is entertainment. Nice feint for Volkanovski. Okay, Ortega really sold a feint there, and Volkanovski bit, but Ortega really sold that feint. That right hand of Volkanovski, he's throwing it wild and looking to land it. He's really looping that shot out. So if Ortega can throw out some straight jabs, a straight 1-2 down the middle, he might be able to catch Volkanovski. Volkanovski's cut under his left eye. So interesting. I'm gonna listen to the corner, man, because I'm interested. Yeah, I don't know, man. We won't. I don't want to get taken down. Volkanovski got a decent sized cut here, man. That's discouraging for Volkanovski. Is it? I don't know. By the way, guys, sorry if the stream does lag. They're showing a jab that really... boom, man. So they showed a jab from Volkanovski that landed, and a right hand from Volkanovski that landed from several different angles. And then they showed a jab where, okay, that almost knocked down Volkanovski. Volkanovski was not ready. I'm giving that round to Volkanovski, but Ortega did find some success. So I'm giving it 1-0. 1-0? Yeah, 1-0 to Alexander the Great. Ortega in the center of the octagon here. Not a lot happening. Nice. Ooh, okay. 2 hard shots from Ortega get thrown out. Man, the switch left kick of Volkanovski could be a real weapon, but he's not throwing it high enough. Is he setting up a high shot, or is he just looking to work the body of Ortega? I don't know. Either way, it's going to be a good weapon for him as this fight goes on and on. And a nice low kick from Ortega. Nice kick from Volkanovski. Dude, that left hook from Volkanovski finds the mark, and it definitely is a good shot. Ortega's looking real good with his head movement, though. He's looking... Oh! Nice leg kick that spins Volkanovski all the way around from Ortega that landed. And Volkanovski switches stances again. Lands a switch left kick to the body. A lead left kick to the body, I mean. Oh, and a nice right kick to the leg of Ortega. And a nice... Bro, this is a good fight. Really competitive. When Ortega gets backed up, he throws a check right and check left hook, depending on which stance he's in. And he looks good. It really does seem like Ortega's coming to his own. And he definitely has a game plan in which he's... Or at least I'm assuming he's going to turn it on later in the fight. Volkanovski really wings out a right hand, and Volkanovski gets in the clinch. Ortega flips him around, or turns him around, rather, not flips him around. And they're back in the center of the octagon, trading in a right hand lands from Ortega. Oh, man. 2 kicks right away from Volkanovski, one to the leg, one to the body. The jab of Volkanovski is actually looking real good. It is the second round. I have it Volkanovski up 1-0. Oh, and a nice high kick from Ortega that Volkanovski slips. Nice leg kick from Volkanovski. Volkanovski looking to change levels. Just make Ortega think about the takedown, which I don't think Ortega's really worried too much about a takedown. Oh, and a nice left hand from... Oh, and Volkanovski lands a right hand that hurt him. Oh, and Volkanovski shoots. Interesting. Ortega stuffs it with ease and gets him off of him. And Ortega... I mean, if you're Ortega, is Volkanovski taking you to the ground, the end of the world? Obviously, it does depend. Volkanovski passes to full mount. Ortega lands a nice right hand over the top. Partially lands. Nice little double jab from Ortega. The leg kicks from Volkanovski, like I said in my breakdown, are doing wonders for him. Oh, and a nice right hand that switches stances into a right from Ortega. Oh, and a nice jab for Volkanovski. And Volkanovski is throwing and then changing levels, not a crazy amount, but definitely changing levels. And that takedown is definitely something that's in his head. Is that something you want to do against Brian T-City Ortega? I don't know, man. But Volkanovski is definitely showing a lot of different things right now. This is a real good round, competitive round. Could give this to Ortega for sure. Ooh, and a nice right hook from Ortega lands. And a nice kick to the leg lands from Ortega. Both kind of chilling in the center of the octagon once again, feeling each other out, trying to find their shots. Both of them jabs. Volkanovski is really looking. Both these guys are looking really good in their ways of switching stances. Actually, really impressive and good to watch. Oh, and a right hand over the top, looking to cause some real damage is Volkanovski as he backs up Ortega up against the cage. Oh, Ortega looks to run away. Volkanovski struts forward. He's looking to end this fight. Is he going to be able to do it? I don't think so. Nice leg kick from Ortega, though. Ortega's really firing back. Oh, and Ortega checks that leg kick from Volkanovski. Was the most hard leg kick I've ever seen thrown, and the best check I've ever seen. No, but it still did happen. Volkanovski's doing a really good job of changing levels with his strikes. Body head, and they're talking trash at the end of the round, looking to keep it going. Oh man, oh Volkanovski's really engaged in that trash talk. Really engaged. Close round. See what his corner has to say, honestly.
I need that front knee picking up and clashing. He's coming to you now.
This is from the Ortega corner.
So I want you to touch. 1, 2, and then fucking go. Right into position 2 and go. Take a deep breath and focus. Okay? Focus this. Okay, yes. And then
Volkanovski's.
he'll chop downstairs anyway because now his uppercut is full down. Yep. So just go back to that. On that hit, you take it good anyway. He's going to be on balance. Okay, yeah.
Interested to see what the commentators say about scoring the round. Didn't hear anything, but interested.
Round 3 is brought to you by P3, the official protein.
Alrighty. Could be 1-1, could be 2-zip. I'm gonna give that 2-zip to Volkanovski, you know? I'm gonna give it 2-zip to Volk. Close round, though. Ortega had some good moments in it, though, as well as Volkanovski. And they touch gloves, even though they're talking mad smack. I think it's more of a competitive, just rivalry instead of, like, a hatred for each other. Because they do touch gloves. And Ortega's really looking to find that right hand. Both guys are looking to find their right hand. Oh, and a leg kick looks to put Ortega off balance from Volkanovski. And Volkanovski's once again cutting off the cage. Ortega looks to check that. Doesn't really do it. Oh man. They both caught each other's kicks there, it looked like. Volkanovski really caught Ortega's. Ortega looked to momentarily catch Volkanovski's. Do we think this fight's going to go to the ground, man? I really don't. Let me know what you guys are thinking in the chat right now. Is it smart for Volk to take it to the ground? And if so, is it smart for is it smart for Ortega to do that? I mean, I think Ortega's losing this fight right now. Close fight, though. Volkanovski's just in a close fight, man. Oh, and a nice right hook from Ortega. Man, these guys are trading. Both guys are slipping each other's shots, too. Ortega just slipped some good shots from Volk. Oh, and a right-handed. Ortega looks for the clinch. They're both up against the cage, though. Oh, man. Volkanovski threw a jab and then slipped a right, and it just looked, it's beautiful boxing, man. Shows you how good Volkanovski is as just a well-rounded fighter in general. Oh, and a beautiful right hand to the body lands from Volkanovski. That was a great right hook. Ortega is an idiot to stay standing. Understood, like, completely. He's really impressive off his back, and he looked to catch a kick from Volkanovski right there, like he looks to do it, but then he kind of gives up on it. Volkanovski's also doing a great job of pulling his leg out of that single leg that Ortega's setting up after he catches a shot. Both guys landing strikes on the feet, man. Ortega feels as if he's evolved as a striker, though, and that is probably one of the reasons why this fight is still on the feet, and he hasn't really attempted a real takedown. But Volkanovski is getting, Ortega is getting pieced up on the feet by Volkanovski right now. Dude, a 2-1 from Volk, and they're landing, man. They're really landing. Volkanovski is switching stances. It was such fluidity right now. So is Ortega. They're both, this is some high-level striking, man, from guys that we don't think of as just strikers. High-level, fairly high-level striking. Not the most high level, but the way they're switching stances with fluidity and feinting shots is really good. And Volkanovski lands a couple shots that caused a bit of a stumble out of Ortega. Oh! Ortega's rocked Volkanovski! Oh! And Ortega's looked in for a guillotine! Volkanovski's gonna tap! It's tight! It's tight! What's Volkanovski gonna do, man? Ortega rocked Volkanovski, and Ortega's on the ground. Volkanovski's on the bottom of a guillotine from Ortega. Volkanovski didn't tap. Volkanovski has Ortega on top of him, though. Ortega rocked Volkanovski, and Ortega might look to take the back. Volkanovski needs to get out of this, man. Oh my goodness. Ortega dropped Volkanovski with a straight left hand. Volkanovski's getting up to his feet, though, and Volkanovski's offensively wrestling, and lands a hammer fist! Well, he gets a side control, and Ortega retains butterfly guard, and now into closed full guard, and Volkanovski's going to look to work from here. Oh my goodness. Oh, and Alexander the Great is teeing off on shots on the ground of Ortega, and Herb Dean is watching closely, man. Ortega almost finishes with a guillotine just seconds ago, and now Volkanovski is piling it on with the ground and pound on Ortega, landing elbows, straights, everything you can imagine. How do you score this round? Oh, and Ortega's locked up a triangle. It's not tight. Volkanovski might tap to this, man. This is a tight triangle. Volkanovski's gone back for the leg of Ortega, or of Volkanovski. Ortega's got a triangle locked up on Volkanovski. Volkanovski is so tough, man. And, okay. Ortega. And Volkanovski's out. Ortega looks to take the back now. And Ortega misses in an attempt to take the back, and Volkanovski's on top now. This is high-level grappling and high-level striking. This is beautiful to watch. Volkanovski's landing huge strikes. The ground and pound. This fight could get stopped. This fight could get stopped. Ortega gets some distance, and Volkanovski's teeing off on him again. Ortega's just covered up. Volkanovski could finish this. Alexander the Great, and that's the end of the round. Ortega sat on his back. Is he gonna get up? Ortega's not getting up. Ortega's just on his back. The round is ended, and Ortega's up. Okay, are they gonna let this fight continue? Herb Dean's gonna take a close look at him. Holy crap, what a round. How do you score that round? Okay, let's break this down for you guys. Ortega's face is a mess right now. It is so swollen, he looks terrible. But Ortega lands a straight straight left, I think. Drops Volkanovski, and blink of an eye is on a guillotine, and a tight guillotine. Volkanovski's on the bottom. Volkanovski's on his back on that guillotine. Ortega squeezing. Looks like he's going to tap. Somehow Volkanovski gets out. Volkanovski reverses position, lands ground and pound, then gets put in a triangle. Then Ortega almost takes his back, but then Volkanovski practically finishes him. Herb Dean is taking a close look, so is the doctor. Oh, man, I hope they don't stop this. Doctor's looking. His eyes like this, man. It's bad. I think he can see a little bit, though.
What did he say? He said he could see.
Ortega said he could see? Are they going to let Ortega continue? Ortega looks really confused, though, man.
Look at him, staring him down, determined. Can you see? Yeah. Can you see? How many fingers? Can you see two? How many fingers? Three. How many fingers? No. Keep your head still. How many fingers?
All right. Advanced doctor techniques from the great Herb Dean as he holds up a finger. Volkanovski looks to have hurt Ortega in front of him. Ortega might have won that round, but Volkanovski, man. As we head into the fourth, it's 2-1 Volkanovski most likely. But Ortega looks like he's still in this, man. He doesn't look like a zombie all of a sudden. And a nice leg kick from from Volkanovski. Man, I'm getting their names confused because Volkanovski has a long last name. As dumb as that sounds. Oh, and Ortega blitzes in. Crazy last round, man. I thought Ortega was going to finish that. But then I also thought Volkanovski was going to finish it. The way Ortega didn't get off his back. And then Alexander Volkanovski is just putting out jabs, and his output is going to be a lot to deal with if you're Ortega, especially in this round when Ortega is hurt so badly and, in my opinion, probably should have been out of this fight. His corner should have stopped this, man. I really don't think that he should still be in here. But Ortega's a tough guy, man. And he's still moving forward. Volkanovski landed an overhand right a couple seconds ago that definitely landed, but Ortega's still in this fight. Oh, and a nice one, or a nice right hand from Ortega. Volkanovski slips a little shot, throws back. Man, this is a masterpiece, man. This is such a close fight and an amazing fight. I cannot believe what I just witnessed in the round prior, and Volkanovski is definitely looking for the finish. Man, you gotta think though, man. Volkanovski probably isn't rocked anymore, but Ortega definitely is. Oh, and Ortega's got a body lock, and he's looking for a takedown. Is Volkanovski going to be able to defend this? Ortega's up against the cage, and he gets a takedown on Alexander Volkanovski, and he's got a guillotine. He's locked in the guillotine, but he does not have legs around. Oh, no! Scratch that! That's an anaconda, or a darce. That's an anaconda or a darce. But look at Volkanovski. He's just like, I'm fine, man. He gives a thumbs up to Herb Dean, but Ortega is closing in on the choke. Is Volkanovski going to tap? This is one of the greatest fights in featherweight history, man. And, oh, Volkanovski reverses position. And, oh, man, when Ortega is on the bottom, it looks like the fight's over. Just looking at his face, and, oh, Volkanovski's landing elbows. Now Volkanovski looks like he's going to win this fight. Volkanovski looks like he's going to get the finish. Oh, big elbows, the boom, boom, the elbow where you're here, and then here, he's doing that. That's one of my favorite strikes from the ground, man. I don't know what exactly to call it, but it's a beautiful strike. And if you're Ortega, man, or if you're Volkanovski, do you stay here on the ground? You've already been locked up in so many submissions, but you're such a tough guy that tapping hasn't even crossed your mind. Oh! And Ortega looks to lock up a triangle or an armbar. Volkanovski's doing a great job defending. And, oh, man, Volkanovski, the power and the strength is just doing numbers for him right now. Because Volkanovski is on top of Ortega in the full guard of Ortega and raining down. Oh, man. Ground strikes are 43-4 right now to Volkanovski. That is insane. Or Volkanovski is teeing off on him, man. Oh! And Ortega looked to lock up an armbar, and if you're Volkanovski, you gotta get up to your feet, man. You gotta get up to your feet. I don't think Volkanovski should stay down here, because every time he stacks the guard of Ortega, he goes down just a little bit, he changes his level just a little bit, but he's throwing crazy hammer-fisted shots from the top. Well, he's got the guard stacked, those shots are getting through, man. Herb Dean's gotta watch closely to this, man. And he's got one leg stepped over. Is it smart to do? If Ortega's crafty, he might look for some sort of leg lock. And, oh, okay, never mind. He didn't. Volkanovski is in pretty much knee on belly, essentially. Essentially knee on belly. No, not knee on belly. He's pretty much just side control, but he's got a knee on the ground. And, oh, now he's back again to having the guard of Ortega stacked. Volkanovski raining down strikes. And then Volkanovski falls straight into the full guard of Ortega. Man, if you're Volkanovski, you got to stay alert this whole time, because Ortega will sneak a leg over one of your shoulders and look for a triangle. If you're Volkanovski's corner right now, you got to be screaming at him, get up, get off the mat. Oh, and a big shot lands from Volkanovski, though. He stands up, goes straight back down, and he is teeing off on T-City. And he says, get him back up. I want to fight him on the feet. And Ortega looks like he's having a tough time getting back up. And Ortega looks out of it, man. This is not great news for Ortega. Volkanovski is raining down strikes. We got 15 seconds left in the fourth. And in one of the greatest fights I have ever seen in featherweight, man. Oh my goodness. When's the last time you've seen a fight this back and forth? Grappling and striking wise. Oh, and a right hand lands from Volkanovski as he backs up Ortega once again. Ortega is a zombie on the feet right now, but on the ground. It's like a zombie who has really good reflexes, who's done jiu-jitsu his entire life. And that's the end of the round. Such a great fight, man. This is such a great fight. Holy crap. Okay, I have it 3-1 right now. I have a 3-1 right now. Is that the way the fight's going? Probably. But also, man... Oh, my audio is glitched out completely on my stream. But what I am trying to say is, are the judges going to see it that way? I think they will. I think the judges will see it a Volkanovski win right now. I think Volkanovski's won this as long as he coasts this round. That's what he needs to do. But, man, this is one of the greatest fights I've seen in a long time, man. And I know there's recency bias, but when has a fight been this back and forth in two different realms, man? Volkanovski has held his own on the ground. This fight might be over, says Kane8888 fan 2. You might be right, man. I don't know how the corner didn't stop it going into the fourth. And they're checking him out once again. Let's see what they have to say. And they can continue. Ortega's allowed to continue. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Fifth and final round. My stream is getting really laggy. This is not great. But, you know what? We move. Alright. Volkanovski. If I'm Volkanovski right now, I'm going to coast this round. Volkanovski just pushes him off of him. But also at the same time, man, open scoring should be a thing because Ortega knows if he needs to go for it. Volkanovski knows if he needs to just coast. So it's interesting. And this fight very well could be a 2-2 and could come down to this round. Depending on how the judges score effective striking compared to effective grappling, it's most likely 3-1, possibly 4-zip to Volkanovski, possibly 2-2. Real close fight. Real back and forth fight. Definitely fight of the night. Oh, and dude, Volkanovski's ability to block these high kicks from Ortega is really impressive. With ease. Just here, ba, 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 ba. It's really impressive. But he's got Ortega back up against the cage once again. And a nice left hook from Volkanovski gets through and finds the mark. Oh, and Ortega's looking for a takedown. Volkanovski stuffs it. Volkanovski's a great wrestler, man. Don't underestimate his grappling at all. And oh, Volkanovski's landing some elbows and big strikes up against the cage. And my Twitch live stream might be a little bit laggy right now. I can't really help it. Volkanovski's looking to land some shots, man. As he chases him around the octagon. Did he stop it? Oh, no, he didn't. Okay, I was like, huh? This is getting chaotic. They stopped it because I think an eye poke or something. I looked away for 2 seconds. And I can't look away for 2 seconds in this fight, man. Ortega's looking for that left hand because he found an opening earlier on. And he definitely believes in himself that he can find an opening for it and win this fight in this fifth and final round in one of the greatest featherweight title fights of all time. And this is an absolute banger. This is a classic, man. Oh, and a right hand, a right hook from Volkanovski lands, and they're back to the center trading. This is so impressive that Ortega's still in this fight, though. He's still in this fight, man. Can't probably see out of his right eye, but he's still in it. Nice kick. Nice. Dude. Oh, and Ortega takes Volkanovski down to the ground and lands a strike on the way down. Volkanovski gets straight back up. Is a judge going to count that as a knockdown? No, probably not, but just a thing to think about. We've got 2:20 left in this fight, and my heart is racing in one of the greatest featherweight title fights you'll ever see. How is Ortega still in this, man? The heart of both these guys is just crazy, man. We've been spoiled, UFC 266, but it's not over, man. We got 2 minutes left in the fifth and final round. Oh, and a nice hook to the body from Volkanovski. Man, I don't know why Volkanovski isn't coasting, but at the same time, it's an understandable statement to make it, to say it's 2-2. I really disagree with that because Ortega was practically knocked out at the end of the third, and just out of it at the fourth. But still, you know, you can make the argument. You can argue about effective grappling, and oh, Ortega lands a nice little flurry with an uppercut and a right. Oh man, and that looks like Volkanovski got a little bit of blood on him, cut open a little bit. Nice right hand from Volkanovski, man. This is one of the greatest fights you're going to see at featherweight, man. we've been spoiled for this PPV, baby. Beautiful, beautiful jab from Volk. He's walking down Ortega, but Ortega's still throwing strikes. Both guys throw check left hooks at the exact same time. Left hook to the body lands from Volkanovski. Man, this is very entertaining, man. We got 1 minute left in this fight. This is a war. Oh, and Volkanovski got a body look. Ortega does a great job slipping out of it. And they're back to just striking on the feet, man. If you're Volkanovski, you got 40 seconds. You probably won this round too. Oh, and Ortega lands a left though, and throws a flying knee. Looks to land to the chest bone or to the breastplate of Volkanovski, and a nice man. Ortega's got some real balance on him because Volkanovski had one leg caught and threw a low kick to the other leg, and Ortega somehow stood up after that. They touch gloves. With 15 seconds to go, they're going to trade it out to end this fight off, man, in one of the greatest featherweight fights. This is so impressive. Is it that close? Ortega's looking to find success. He's landing. He's landing on Volkanovski. 3, 2, 1. Ortega, Volkanovski, go the distance. And still, most likely, but respect has been gained from these two competitors. We're going to have to wait and see what the official decision is. But, oh my goodness, man. Holy cow. Something's happened with my UFC live stream. It's being very weird, but I'm going to tell you guys the official decision. Volkanovski walks over to the corner of Ortega, gives him props, man, as you should, because they just fought a war. They're going to look at some of the highlights now. Some of the great leg kicks of Volkanovski. But, I missed it. They showed the highlight. Volkanovski's squirming like a fish out of water. You look at some of the submission work of Ortega. Who's this fight going to be given to? Man, I don't know. Ortega, okay, so they're showing some of that ground and pound at the end of round 3, it looks like. And Ortega laid there like he thought the fight was stopped. He laid there like, it's over, thank goodness. I'm done. He looked like he thought it was over. The way he laid there, sat there, his corner said, come on, get up. He's like, no. They're like, the fight's still going. He gets up. But, oh my goodness, man. Did any of you guys think this was going to be such a banger? Did any of you guys? Bro, Rogan. You did a good job, bro, Rogan. Thanks for the play-by-play. Appreciate it, brother. Call me bro, Rogan. 2 takedowns to Ortega. 2 reversals of the position to Volkanovski. 3 submission attempts for Ortega when he had that Darce. He had that, what was it? The guillotine, where he was on top, the mounted guillotine, and he also had the triangle choke. That was all those submissions were pretty locked up. And I'm gonna tell you guys what the decision is. Official decision is in. Who's it gonna go to? I think I have a hunch who it's for, but to the winner by decision. I don't have my volume up, so I don't know if it's UD or SD, but most likely Volk. Let's see who it is. And still undisputed, the 20-fight win streak lives on for Alexander the Great. He takes it home. That is such an amazing fight, though. Like, that is beauty of a fight, man. So much respect being shown after the fight, too. These two guys are just warriors, man. I think it's definitely deserved that Volk won that fight. I scored it 4-1 for Volk. Submission attempts, the groundwork was super exciting to watch, man. If you're new to MMA, watching those grappling transitions, and still, baby, but watching those grappling transitions, especially if you're new to MMA, this is a great fight to show someone who's new to MMA. The way those scrambles were on the ground, the way Volkanovski reversed position repeatedly, was super impressive, and you got to give props to Volkanovski, man. But we're seeing the interview right now. Let's see if I can hear it.